Hello everyone, this is Rushi. I want to give an update on DevOps with AWS new training batch and the syllabus which is going to be trending for 2024. I have 10 years of experience in the IT industry with multiple domain experiences like financial, e-commerce and healthcare. Currently working as a lead DevOps engineer specializing in building CI/CD pipelines, migrations, implementing microservices based architecture, having experiences on multiple clouds, and end-to-end automations by using different DevOps tools. Passion on doing R&D on new tools and teaching. I have designed this course for both experienced and fresher persons. Experienced people, after completing this training program, you should be in a position to implement DevOps culture in your ongoing projects. And for freshers and non-IT people who want to start their career in IT after the course completion by doing live projects and completing daily assignments, you are ready to work as a DevOps engineer. Keeping all learners in mind, every tool I am going to cover from scratch to advanced level. We have to do more and more labs, practicals to get good command over a subject. That is the only secret to learn. In DevOps, we have to work with multiple tools. So in class, we'll try to understand why we have to use this tool, how to install and configure these tools. If you face any issues, how to resolve these issues, we'll be discussing in the class. And also, I'll be giving access to Rushi Infotech official app access, which will be available in the Play Store. 1 minute. Which will be available in the Play Store. The second option, which we can see on the screen. This app helps for you to complete the assignments and tasks on AWS and DevOps to track the progress of each and every task. Total, we are going to cover 13 modules here. The module 1, Introduction to DevOps, Linux Fundamentals, Version Control Systems with GitHub, Maven and Tomcat, Continuous Integration with Jenkins, Docker, Container Orchestration using Kubernetes, Ansible Configuration Management Tool. The cloud provider which we are using was like AWS, Infrastructure as a Code, Terraform with AWS, Prometheus and Grafana. So we will be creating the infrastructure. So to monitor that infrastructure, we need the tools. So for that, we are going to use Prometheus and Grafana, which is trending in the market. Scriptings. So whatever the task you do on a daily basis, we have to write some scripts and make the things automations. And finally, the 13th module, live projects, that we will be discussing in class, resumes, interview questions, mock interviews with one-on-one, and Naukri, how to upload your resume in Naukri to get the better course. We will be discussing in these 13 modules. So below is the syllabus, module 1, and that these topics we are going to cover in the class. Module 2, Linux, version control systems with GitHub, Maven and Tomcat. So what are all these tools in class we will discuss in detail. So at this point, overall, we will understand what exactly it will do. Pipelines, Jenkins integration, high availability in scaling, Jenkins as a code, backup and disaster recovery. All these things we are going to perform in the Jenkins point of view, and Docker, which is a very trending topic. If you want to become a DevOps engineer, there are mandatory tools which we need to learn. We'll focus on the tool like Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, and cloud. So 6th module will be Docker, security, volumes, CI/CD with Docker, and one project on the Docker also. And container orchestration. So how to install the Kubernetes, what Kubernetes can do, why Kubernetes we have to implement it. So these things we will discuss. So this is the syllabus. Ansible and the cloud provider, infrastructure as a code. Yes, you can go through the syllabus. Yeah. Infrastructure monitoring. Yes, additional preparation. Welcome to DevOps by Rushi online and classroom training. Today we are going to discuss what is DevOps and what is AWS.
Why we need to learn DevOps at this stage? Who can learn DevOps? What will be our future if we learn the DevOps? What will be the opportunities in what will be the opportunities, packages, what not, everything we are going to discuss in detail for the next 40 minutes. So let's I'm introducing myself. I'm a solution architect, works in MNC, works on both cloud automation and DevOps practices, and also I'm a part-time trainer. I like to teach the new technologies. I love to learn the new technologies. So whenever I used to learn teach any new technologies, right, I used to do lot of research from multiple websites, prepare a neat documentation, and I used to give training on those tools also. Who can learn this course? Any beginners who want to start a career, beginners, freshers who want to start a career in DevOps or AWS, testers, developers, system admins who want to upgrade their skills, project managers, because project managers also need to learn these courses. Why? Because nowadays every organization, they are using the DevOps practices and AWS services. So a project manager will not work on the tools, but he should have an idea how it is going to work for guiding the team members. And the first advantage why everyone going to prefer these tools is there is no coding knowledge required at all. If you have zero coding knowledge also, that's not an issue. What will be our works at the end of the classes? We'll see what a DevOps engineer in an organization will do, what a cloud engineer will do. I will discuss all these points separately. So these things, our objective, as I discussed, what is DevOps, why DevOps came into existence, what is the need of DevOps now, how DevOps helps us to achieve the greater quality products, what is AWS, what DevOps tools I am going to cover in our classes, I will discuss. So we will see. Actually, many the name itself is saying it is DevOps, means it is not a single word. It is a combination of multiple words. It is a combination of multiple words: dev team and operations team. Now before we are calling as DevOps, but before, these two teams are completely different. In an organization, they used to call as, hey, hello development team and hello operations team. Now we are calling DevOps. So we'll see in dev team who are the people involved. So generally, development dev team means those who will develop the code, they are called as developers, and those who will test that code, whether it is perfect or not, they are called the testers. These two people will come under dev team. Yes, fine. Developers, developers and testers, these are dev team. And who will come under operations team? Generally, infra team we call as infra team. Infra team means those who will manage as a servers, admin works, right? Those are called as infra team. So suppose if your laptop is not working properly, what do you say, lab configuration was low, your system is not performing well, right? These people used to take care. They are called the infra team. And who all are next? DBA team. DBA team. Next, networking engineers. Networking engineers. Next, any support team who is supporting for the developers and testers for entire projects, are they are come under support team. These are the different peoples involved in. So we will see what is the developers work in an organization. Developers work is to develop the code and test the code, design the code, developing the code, testing the code. These type of works will be done by a development team. And what are the operations team? Operations team work is like managing the servers, managing the services, managing the networks, managing access, everything. It will come under operations team. So we will see now different models for developing an application. So imagine, as I said, we are following presently DevOps methodology for developing an application. Before to that, So this is DevOps process for developing an application. And before to that, now we are following DevOps, but before to that DevOps, for developing an application, which methodology they used to follow? They used to follow the agile methodology. Okay, fine. Before to this, they used to follow the waterfall methodology. So this one we'll see. This is waterfall model developing an application, and this is agile methodology for developing an application. This is DevOps process for developing an application. So we'll see. I'm going to take one sample application, and I'm going to take some sample application. So it could be anything, and in this case I'm taking example as ICICI. You can take Paytm, any food applications, Swiggy, Zomato, whatnot, everything you can take. So initially in 90s, how they used to develop the application means waterfall in 1990s. This is around 2000s plus 2000, and this is present. From the last 4 or 5 years they are using this. So we will see. Imagine this is ICICI application as is shown in the image. ICICI. So if you open an ICICI application, we used to see the lot of tabs. And right, that is, for example, this is funds transfer, this is credit card payment, this is recharge, flight tickets, whatnot. We used to DMart accounts. These are number of services are there, right? These are number of options are available, right? Each and every option is called a service. In real time, we used to call each and everything is called service. Hey, funds transfer service is working properly or not? Have you developed the code for the credit card payment or not? Like this, we used to communicate in organization. Yes, these are the different services. Fine. Now why this application came into existence means, imagine this is ICICI bank manager, who is handling, he is the head who is handling the entire ICICI. He want to do some he want to do some support to his customers, like some services to the customers. Like he is thinking that in 90s, why my customer should go to a bank for depositing 1000 rupees or for withdrawing 1000 rupees? Why he should go to bank, and why he need to travel so much time? Why he need to stand in that queue line for hours to deposit money? Why can't he make a transaction sitting at home, so that if we make any transaction from an app, right, I can deduct some amount, 5 rupees or 10 rupees, and I will make the services charges, so that my customer will be more benefited, so I can grow my business. Like that he used to think. And he is approaching one IT company. So why I'm discussing all these things means, you should know how waterfall methodology is working, how agile methodology is working. Then only you will understand why we came into DevOps. So if you don't get these things also, not an issue, but try to concentrate and gain some knowledge on these tools, on these services also, on these waterfall models. So we'll see this ICICI bank manager is approaching to IT company, and he's saying that, hello IT company, actually I have a thought that I want one application, for making transactions, or for booking, for shopping, for booking movie tickets, these services, so that my customer has to be satisfied so much. And this IT company is saying that like this: sir, recently we have developed one more application called Dhanlakshmi bank application, or any other bank you can say, Dhanlakshmi bank app. So we have developed this application and we have provided to our client. That client they have given to the customers, and our client is so happy. Similarly, we will do this project for you. Like that, they used to have some agreement. So total, sir, how many services you are asking? Total, imagine here I kept only 9. Imagine, but there are 12 services are there. So, sir, you're asking 12 services like funds transfer, login page, credit card payment, these services, right? In waterfall model, So he's asking, client is asking 12 services. 12 services, and the IT team is saying that we are going to take up this project to deliver these 12 services. I am going to take 1 year for this project, and I am taking very less time here. But in waterfall model, they used to develop the application for 2 years, 3 years, and 4 years projects also there. For our convenience, to give the 12 services, he is taking 1 year time to deliver the application. Yes, this is fine. Now, what challenges? When in waterfall model, when they get an application, right, what they used to do is everything they have to document. Everything documented. Everything in the sense, what everything I will say you. One. So everything is documented in the sense, okay, in when the developer has to start the developing, when e-services is going to develop, when the testing has to be begun, they have to deploy the code into the servers. So servers in the sense, these are the servers. We will be having a 3 environments. I will show you. I'll show you that. So everything is documented, means when first to 6 services developer has to develop the code. After 6 services, testing has to be done in the next 6 months. They will document everything. Yes, fine. Now imagine these services are there, right? Imagine these 6 services are developed in the first 5 months, and they are going to develop the 7th service. At this time they face an issue, because and they are saying that actually they when they face issue, right, they will be having an stand-up call within the team and within the project. They used to discuss like that. Hello, actually we have for this the client which they have asked the requirement, right? Actually we have followed the wrong methodology for developing an application. Actually this is not the way to develop the application. So what we can do is just they have 2 options. They can ask the client to extend 6 months more, because they need to do rework from the first. Why I am saying rework means, imagine this is one mountain, and you are on top of it. You are pouring some water from top of mountain. You had took one bucket, and from mountain you are pouring the water. This water directly it will fall down. There is no stopping in the middle, right? Similarly here also, this PPT will give you a better idea. Waterfall is sequential model, means when the client is giving that requirement, right, they are designed the application, they are doing development. Once the entire application is developed, then only it will go for the testing, and then it will go for the deployment, means live server it is going live. If any issues are there, they used to do maintain. Now take the same example here. After 6 months, after developing an application, right, 6 months they have found some issue. So do you think that can he modify the existing service? No. If you try to modify the 6th service also, 7th service may not work properly. If you try to modify that, the previous service also may not work properly. So they have the only option is we have to approach a new model, and they have to develop the application again from the starting. So these like this they used to face same many issues in the application. This is one of the disadvantage. After developing an application for 6 to 7 months also, if they face any issues, they need to do again a rework, because the first point itself says everything is document. They can't come in the middle and they can't modify everything. If you want to modify again, you have to do from the first. So you can't time, most of time is getting wasted. This is the problem from the what development size. Imagine now ICICI competitor is in the market. Imagine we have HDFC one. This is HDFC. I know it will be little boring, but we have to listen all these things. Then only we'll understand what is DevOps is. Just concentrate on this HDFC. So imagine HDFC in 1990 only. HDFC is also making an application. this 12 service only. But apart from the 12 services, they are implementing one more new service that is called, imagine it is test application. Nowadays everyone is using test only. If you're using ICICI, HDFC or any other banks, if you have the test, right, we are not going to the application, we are not transferring the money. Simply we are going to the Google Pay and we are entering the phone number and sending the amount. So this application they have, they are using. Then the new customers who don't have any account, right, obviously they will attract to HDFC only, because along with this, imagine they have some other features. At this time, this ICICI bank manager thinking that, okay, why don't I need that type of services in my application, because my customers also has to be satisfied. Then what he will do is, this bank manager, he will go to the, again he will go to the, or he will call in, he will call the IT company and he will say, hello team, just a small correction is there, I want one more new service called Google test application in my application. Then he will say that, sorry sir, everything is documented now, we can't do anything modification right in the middle of the application, as we know that we are following the waterfall model and we can't make any changes right now. If you want the new services, right, after the delivering the application after January, imagine today is January, next January they are going to get the application. After releasing the first releases, right, then we can add these new services into application like this. Like this they used to say. Here main disadvantage is, client is giving so much business to us, he is giving crores and crores, but whatever he is asking we are unable to do in waterfall model. Client requirement is not done. Yes, so these are the services. And main point we can say is collaboration. Collaboration means coordination. Collaboration between developers and testers is very less, because imagine they used to 6 months they used to develop the application, right? After the developing application only he can test. While developing the application for the first 6 months, testers will be sitting idle. When the testers means when he is testing the application, right, developers will be idle, because there is no continuous flow between the developers and testers. So these are the one disadvantages. And one more, this is the entire things related to dev team only, and we will see operations team. These are operations team. So after they are developing the application, right, imagine these 6 services or 12 services, they have developed the application. After developing the application, they have to deploy this code into the test environment for whether it is testing properly or not. Once it is tested, right, they have to deploy the code to the pre-production. Once in the pre-production, they will make a dev application. I will show you that. Once it is done, right, they are deploying into the live production environment. So in this itself, we are saying that development stage means developers keep on developing the code, means he's making changes continuously in the code. Sometimes he may use Java 7, means sometimes he may use the Java 7 version, or sometimes he may use the Java 8. For it depends upon the each and every application, he may use he may write code according to that. But imagine we are getting, okay, I will clear this. How the application is working means, just so we will be having 3, and if someone asks you how many environments you are following, means we have to say we are following the 3 environments. Environment means after developing the code, right, for testing purpose we need some servers, that is nothing but the environments. Here imagine this is test environment, this is pre-prod environment, and this is production environment. Production means live only. So we'll see. Waterfall model only will take the long time. Remaining 2 processes are very easy. So imagine developer has developed the code, and these 12 services are developed the code. Development is done. Now we have to test the code whether it is working or properly or not. So he can't test locally. So he has to bring the code to the test environment. These 12 services, they have developed the code and they have deployed in the test environment. Now testing team will start doing the testing. They say that, Okay, actually, while funds transfer, right, I was unable to send the amount. I was unable to send the amount because there is some bugs. When I was able to add the account number, right, it is not taking. There is some bugs in the account. Now this testing team will again inform to the development team. Again, he will do modifications, those changes. Again, he will deploy the code. Again, so this process is a repeated process, right? Imagine after certain stage, these 12 services are working finely, working very fine. Now they want to deploy the same code to the pre-production. Why we need pre-production means because pre-production means before going to live, one more time they have to test the code. Uh, Here they will what they will make is they will make the dev ICIC application. ICICI means we are having in our phone apps, we are having, right, in our phones we are having like ICICI, HDFC, Paytm, Zomato only. But people who are working on their projects internally, they will be having the ICICI dev, HDFC dev, Zomato dev. Why? Because before deploying anything into the live, right, before going to the live, they are making application, and they are testing each and every service multiple times for a week, at least week. They will say in the funds transfer, they will add one account number, and they will enter the amount, then they will send the amount. They will check whether it is working properly or not, or money is detecting but the money is not going. So these type of scenarios, or they will do the testing. Even sometimes we used to do this type of testing, means simply what you say, measure overall testing. We can do that. Test cases that and all written by the testers, that is different, and we'll be testing that. Now imagine these 12 services are ready. These 12 services are ready, and once this environment is ready, right, we'll be having with the client, we'll be having with the call with the client, and we will say that hello client, actually you asked for the 12 services, right? Our development team and development team has developed the developed the code. Testing team has done the testing, and we have deployed the all the code to the pre-prod environment, and we have made a dev application. Each and every service is working fine. With your permission, we want to deploy the code into the production. He will be asking, yes, is everything is working fine? Yes, we are confirming is yes, working fine. So at that time, he'll be giving a permit to deploy the code into the production. So what we will do is, we will stop the server once. We will deploy all this code here, and we'll make the server app, and these services we will up. The two things we have to do. We have to make each and every services up. That how we are going to make the services up, we'll see in the live classes. But overall, we have to make the services up, and we have to make the server app. Then once these services are deployed, right, we can download from the Play Store, and we can use the new services. Yeah, this is the entire flow how it will work. Imagine now he's asking for the 13th service. Developer will do the testing, and they will deploy the code into the test environment. We will check each and every service is working or not properly not. Once it is fine, we will deploy the same code into the pre-prod environment. And once we go to the pre-prod environment, they will make a dev application. In the dev application, that test application, it will show. We will test for multiple times, and once it is done, again we'll have a call with the client after 3 months, and we'll say, hello client, you asked for the new services called test. It is working fine. We want to deploy the code test service to the production with your permission. So like that we can say. And he's saying that, okay, deploy those new services. At that time we will be deploying those new services into the production. So when the application is live, right, we have to take downtime. So sometimes we may see messages in our phone calls that ICICI Citibank is down at a Saturday night 2 to 4 p.m. Sorry for the inconvenience, like that we used to get. Because at the time they're doing the maintenance activity. So new test services application we are deploying here, and we are stopping this server, we are deploying this code, we are making the services up, and we are making the server up. So at the time when we wake up in the morning, we can see the message that one update available from ICICI Bank, one update available from Zomato, like that we used to get an application update. If you update your application, right, you can started using the new services. So this is the flow, how it will work. If you so this is the entire flow only. Just I'm stopping this video for a while. So guys, till now we discussed how the workflow happened in overall method in waterfall model. Okay, fine.
Rushi, hello. Hello.
Yes,
Rushi,
yes.
Simonto here.
Now, so these are the different issues we faced before in a waterfall model, because we can say that there is no collaboration between the developers and testers. And next, first, mainly everything is documented for entire project. Client requirements can't be done. So after this model, right, they face lot of issues in the existing waterfall model, and they have moved to the agile methodology. Now we'll see how it will works in the agile methodology. So we can take the same application here, that ICICI and number of services. These 12 Amazon, we have 12 services, and similarly, same the bank manager is there. Bank manager is approaching the IT team. He is the bank manager. ICICI application, IT team. So now in this scenario, we'll see how they used to develop the application in the agile methodology. This bank manager is going to IT team and he is requesting the 12 services. And he's saying now he's saying that actually I need 12 services. That is okay. But why we need to take 1 year for developing, for giving me, why we need to take 1 year to give me an application? Actually, the main services presently which majorly I needed is uh, like login page is important for my application. Next, funds transfer is important for my application. Next, recharge is important for my application. And weekends, my customer has to go to the movies with their family, so they has to book tickets in my app only. So like book movie tickets, is these services are important. And finally, logout. There are nearly 4 to 5 major services which I needed presently now. So first of all, take 4 months and develop these 4 services and give me an application at the starting of the 5th month, so that I can give this application to my customer, so that he will be started using that. He will be happy. He will be started using this application, and my application is live within the first 4 months only. And I said, right, remaining services also important for me, but based upon the market standards and based upon the present users, I will tell you the each and every service for each and every month, so that you can develop that services for that month and you can release me the application, so that it will be fine for me as well as for my customers. So what are the disadvantages we faced here? We can overcome those scenarios. For example, everything is documented. In this scenario, entire project is documented at a time, but here also documented is there, but only for the first services or the first month we will be having that. For each and every service it is documented. Now next, here we are getting an application once a year. Here means here we are having a release for once a year, but here every month we are having a release. Every month we are having release. Next year, client next client requirement is not done here. Here client requirements are always done. So like this, these are the major things which overcome the in agile methodology. Now we'll see our documentation. So waterfall model, the waterfall model is a sequential model. As a means a sequential means step by step model. This you can see the definition how it is working. Next, disadvantages of modern model: entire project is documented, client requirements can't be done, development and testing cannot be done parallelly. It's time taking process, and monitoring the infrastructure is very high. It's a disadvantage. Before to that, development team and operations team, we have the team, but everyone is different. Dev team. So as I said, right, in dev team, in waterfall model, dev team is different because there is no coordination between the development team and testing team also, and there is no coordination between these three operations team means who will manages the servers, these things. There is no coordination among these teams at all. Next, we are coming to agile methodology. Agile methodology is a process which a team can manage a project by breaking into several stages, right? Several stages and involving constant collaboration and stakeholders. So in this agile methodology, developer is developing the code in the first 2 weeks, testing is happening in the third week, and it is going to the live in the fourth week. So within the week only it is happening. So the coordination between the developer and tester is very good, what we discussed. So in the yeah, in what do you say, in agile methodology, development and QA, they're together one, but operations team is not the same. Again, they have some issues. See, development team and QA, they're happy now because they're having a good coordination, and still operations teams are not happy. Why they are not happy, we'll see. In agile methodology, we are having the faster releases, client requirements can be done, development and testing can't can be done parallelly. It's can done parallelly. Next, what challenges they are facing in agile methodology means deployment is manual, monitoring is manual. Deployment means, what is deployment means? Suppose developer has developed the code, we to deploy the code into the production, this is production environment, they have developed the new Toller services. Deploying these Toller services into the production is called deployment. Means for the live service we are deploying is called the deployment. So why we say why it is a disadvantage? Suppose if you have 5 servers or 6 servers, 5 servers or 10 servers, it is for you easy for you to deploy the your code into the production server, that is fine. Imagine you got a very big deal and big project. For example, presently it is going on Myntra sale, right? Myntra sale. Before that, Myntra is serving, imagine we have only 3 servers for Myntra. So if I request anything, right, from this server only, I am getting the response. But now the sale is going on all over the world, means all over the India. Everyone has a smartphones now. So they used to check whether they will buy or not, that is secondary. They used to log into the application and they will check whether which offers is going on, like that. So if more people are opening the application, right, we'll get a huge traffic for the production environment. At that scenario, only one server is not sufficient. That's what I mean to say. At least they need a thousands of servers. At least they need a thousands of servers. Means thousands of servers. How can I launch thousands of servers? Okay, I took some with the help of my friends, and I took almost 20 to 30 days to launch the servers. Next, after launching the servers, we have to deploy the same code into the 1,000 servers, right? We have to deploy the same code into the 1,000 servers. For deploying also, I'm going to take so much of time. So if I'm having any big deal, right, before 6 months only, I have to start working on that. This is useless because a lot of resources I have to allocate. I have to what do you say? I have to hire for this project 20 DevOps engineers. I have to hire 20 AWS engineers, like that. Only for setup. This how many days this project will go live? Only for the 4 to 5 days. Next, the project will be terminated. I mean, the project will be over. So for only for 6 to 7 days, if you want to, if you are planning for any big project, right, at least we need 6 months of time, and we had lot of resources. So these are the disadvantages. These are the technologies we didn't have in agile methodology. So that's why we are having now DevOps team. This is DevOps. This image you have seen in, I think you have seen while if you want to learn the course, right, you may search in Google. At that time you may see this application, but at that time you may not means you didn't have much idea what this diagram is. Now let us concentrate on this part. When the client is saying any requirement, right, they will plan first and they will do the code design. Once the code is done, immediately for each and every service, once the code is done, they will build the code, they will test the code, and they will release the code, and it will deploy into the production, and they will operate whether it is working or fine or not, and they will monitor the behavior of the server, how it is performing, like that. Again I'm saying, once they get any project, right, and each and every, they will divide by service. They will plan for the service, they will do code for the service, they will deploy the service, they will test, release, deploy, operate. So within the week we are getting releases every nowadays. If you ask our friends, hello friend, can we this weekend can we go for outing, means he will say that no much, actually I will be having a release this weekend. This is because of DevOps. Why we are adapting means it will make the entire things automated way. So now it's time to discuss about the definition of DevOps. So if we ask someone what is software means, from childhood onwards we are learning this software, and till now it is the same. What is the definition? It is a set of instructions given to the computer is called software. From our childhood onwards we are learning the same definition. If you open the Google also, we'll get the same definition. But what is DevOps? We don't have any standard definition for DevOps. If you search in one website, you'll get one definition. If you search in another website, you'll get another definition. So what does this mean? If you ask me what is DevOps means, based upon my uses, how DevOps helps us in my project side, I'll say my definition. See, like DevOps is not a single tool. DevOps is not a single tool. It's a methodology. It's a process to achieve the faster releases, and for better quality purposes, we are adapting the DevOps. DevOps is a automation tool. Like this, we can. If someone asks you what is DevOps means, I have prepared a separate notes so that I can share you that notes. As of now, you understand DevOps is not a single tool. It's a methodology. It's a process for achieving the better quality products and for faster releases. These are the things. So these are the entire things, and DevOps is a set of practices that combine this definition. I have taken from the Google, and I have entered this AWS also. We are going to discuss nearly 10 classes, each and everything. It's almost okay. We are going to discuss each and everything, like what things I'm going to. I have a course content like what is AWS, how to launch the servers, what is VPC setup, auto scaling, load balancer, IAM. Majorly, as a DevOps engineers and in multiple projects, we'll use nearly 12 to 13 services. That 13 services I am going to discuss in our class, and what are the DevOps tools I'm going to teach: Linux, Git, Maven, Tomcat, Jenkins. Jenkins is the most powerful tool. Everyone should learn this tool, because if you know how to use Jenkins in your organization, right? If you work for 8 hours a day in an organization, if you know how to use Jenkins, just if you're working for 1 hour will be fine, because rest of the thing Jenkins will take care. Come in organization, company or managers will give work to us. I will be assigning my work to the Jenkins. Jenkins will be automated tool. So nearly we have 5 sessions for this. You have to learn in depth. Next tool is Ansible. As I said, right? Suppose if you have 1,000 servers, what we have to do for launching 1,000 servers? It may take some, as I said, 20 days, and for deploying the code into the 1,000 servers, it may take another 20 days. Means in this 1,000 servers, again I have to install the packages. Which packages? Suppose a developer is developing some services. That services will work only when the required dependency packages are available in the server. Then only it will work. So we have to install. Suppose in our example, I'm saying that
Java is required. Java 8 package is required. This Java 8 package I need to install in all the 1,000 servers, right? So it will take approximately very big time. Means every lot of time it will take. But guys, if you use Ansible, right? How much time it will take to install in one server? The same time it will take in 1,000 servers or 10,000 server also. You can keep any number here. Suppose if I take 30 minutes to install 30 minutes to install Java in one server. Parallelly, it will take 30 minutes only in all the servers. So this tool is very important. Ansible. Next, Docker and Kubernetes. These are trend nowadays. These are trending tools. If you learn these tools, also we have very good opportunity in DevOps career, because everyone is asking, do you know Kubernetes? Do you know Docker? So these type of questions we have. I have allocated nearly 10 to 12 sessions for these things only. We'll talk each and everything. So next, Nagios. This is also important tool. Nagios means, suppose here we have only 3 servers. Suppose if you have 1,000 servers, right? So 1,000 servers, how can you monitor? Monitoring means, suppose in our classroom, suppose while we are studying, right, we will be having a class. When the teacher is going out, we will be having a class leader. What he used to take, what he used to do when the teacher is not there, he will be getting into the dais and he will observe each and everyone. Who is talking, who is making what kind of nonsense. When the teacher comes back, right, he will prepare a report. Means he will write in one paper and he will say, this guy is making disturbance, like that. So similarly, the same will apply here. We are maintaining thousands of servers. Now this server is running, but due to some reason this server may stop, and we are taking only, suppose hard disk. Imagine we are taking, this is 10 GB server. Imagine 10 gigabyte. We'll be having our laptop with 1 terabyte, 500 GB, right? Imagine this server is only 100 gigabyte, 100 GB. Imagine what if this 100 GB is completed? So automatically we need to resize. We need to make it to 150 GB or 160 GB. That is our work in our organization. So out of 1,000 servers, I can't monitor which server is taking 50 GB only, which server is not utilizing at all. For this purpose, one monitoring tool we needed. That is nothing but Nagios. What Nagios will do is, whether the server is status is running or not, how much disk is utilized, how many people are logged into my server, what not, everything it will calculate. And apart from that, as I said, right, no coding knowledge is required. C program, Java, that type of, but shell scripting knowledge is required. Why? This is not because of their requirement. It is because of our requirement. Suppose I have a task, some task I have that I have need to perform every day in the morning at 10 o'clock, and it will take nearly 2 hours. Instead of doing the task daily, if I write one shell script, that task will be automatically done at 10 o'clock, so that I can, at that time I can relax or I can concentrate on other works. So I have implemented multiple shell scripts for my projects, and that shell scripts I'm going to share you privately. So this thing, most important shell script, I'm going to share you. Next, AWS. We are going to take nearly 8 to 12 hours on this, and I'm going to discuss each and everything what will be used for. Mostly 12 services we have that I'm going to discuss. These are the different DevOps tools I'm going to teach. And next, generally many people are asking, what is my role actually, what task I had to do, actually who will give work to me. We'll be having lot of questions. Why I have included these things means, only learning these services is not sufficient. You should know how to utilize these services, then only it will be helpful for us as well as for an organization. So generally, what kind of activity we used to do in organization? So managing the source code repository. Source code repository means, so imagine 12 services we have developed for only one project, right? Similarly, we have another project. Similarly, we have another project. For every project, nearly they will be having 12 services, 30 services, or 40 services. If you open Paytm app, right, nearly we will be having 100 plus services. So we have to secure this code somewhere safely or not.
because if we keep our, suppose these 100 services code I have kept in my laptop only, so due to some reason my laptop is not working, my OS is gone, my data is gone, or my laptop is being theft by some other people, so at that time it will be a very whatever the hard work I had done, all my hard work I have kept in my laptop. So I can't go to the client and simply say that sorry client, my laptop was gone, like that. So he won't even listen, it will leads to some other issues. Imagine to secure the code somewhere, like imagine as of now you people think that it is a Google Drive, we are using the GitHub, we are using the Git. This is what this in our organization we are going to act as the admin. This is very simple task. In a real time we'll be doing 3 to 4 tasks only on this, but I am going to discuss 4 to 5 classes on Git only, because we are admins for this. We should know how it will work. Next, what is our server, what is our next task? We have to launching servers from AWS, like similarly how we have done. We'll be here, I kept only 3 servers, but in real time we'll be having hundreds of servers. Next, after launching the server, we have to install packages on the server. If the server size, because depends upon the server, we will be launching different type of family type of instances. Because all laptops are not same, right? One laptop will be having the 4 CPU configuration, one laptop will be having the 20 means 20 RAM configuration, one laptop is 1 terabyte, one laptop is only 500 gigabyte. So similarly, while launching servers also, we will be selecting based upon the users, we will be selecting the servers and we will be launching the servers. These are the we have to launch the servers, and upgrading, downgrading also we have to do. Suppose we have launched a high configuration laptop, high configuration server, but you are not utilizing that server, so you have to again do downgrade. Next, installing required package on the server. Next, CI/CD setup. This is the most important task a DevOps engineer should do. This I will be discussing detailing. How do all DevOps tools work? Git commit. Yeah. Yeah. CI/CD setup. How we have to do entire thing automation. Vishal, you asked some question, right? That is CI/CD setup only. That I will share you now. How it will do, how it will work. Next, we have to take backups, and so suppose we have a production server and some important customer is making some transactions. That transactions which is available in this server, right? We have to take backup. Why? Because if we lost this, so suppose if we stop or if we terminate, means completely delete. If someone accidentally delete this server, or this server is down due to some reasons, means whatever the data available in this server, right, that entire data we have to secure. These things we have to take care. Next, server maintenance activity. If the server performance is poor, we have to take care of this. Next, weekly activity. As I said, that every week we have to do these type of activities. We have these 12 services, right? These 12 services will be running throughout the week. So what we have to do in the weekend is we have to stop all these services for a while and we need to restart so that it performs well. So the same, suppose if you're traveling on bike for 1,000 kilometers, you have to give break for every 100 kilometers. Otherwise, if you continuously work, if you continuously go on bike ride, will be getting the performance issue or engine failures. These type of issues will get. Similarly, we have to restart our services. Yeah, fine, guys. We'll set up this. We have to set up the security. We have to do that release and deployment activities. All these tasks we have to do in our organization. And apart from that, some more things I didn't mention in this sheet. That is real-time tasks, and that and all that I will share you separately. I can't discuss in this demo. What is our real-time task? What is our troubleshooting? We will do all this. I will see. And apart from that, I'm going to give you the interview questions. What are the interview questions based upon the present market? I used to take interviews in my organization. What kind of stuff I will expect from a candidate and how he should perform. These things I will say. Next, PDF materials related to this. Next, resumes play a very important role. If you learn, suppose if you learn the entire tools very perfectly, but if you don't have a proper resume, you won't get calls from the Naukri at all. So I will help you to create a good resumes, because most of our friends will say, brother, I have done my course very perfectly, I know end to end, but I am not getting calls at all. He used to say like that. But another guy is saying that I am getting lot of calls, I'm getting 4 or 5 calls in a day, but I'm not getting time to attend those calls. What is the difference? The main difference is the resume. So you have to take care of resume. The first thing, whether you get the job or not, that is a secondary thing, but we have to get a call from the HR people. So I'm going to help you out how to create a good resumes. Next, interviews and telephonics recordings. When my friends used to attend the telephonics, right, telephonic interviews, I will be asking them to record the sessions, record the telephonics. So I will be guided my previous students. If someone asks you, suppose after learning the course, right, you will be going for an interview, and he won't see your resume. Okay, from which place you are coming from, Andhra, Telangana, or something from New Delhi. He won't ask these type of questions. He will ask, how much experience do you have? What is your roles and responsibilities? He won't even see your resume. Trust me, guys. He won't see your resume. Just he will keep the, because you are 4 to 5 years, 3 years experience, guys. Just he will relax in his chair and he will say that, just tell me your roles and responsibilities. What task you used to perform in your organization. So I will give you notes in such a way that if you learn all these tools, right, I will give notes in such a way that at least you will speak 20 to 25 minutes without a break. You will be saying that each and everything, what troubleshoot you used to do, what kind of activities you used to do. At least 20 to 25 minutes means not a single thing. When you speak continuously for 20 to 25 minutes, right, he will get a positive impression. Okay, this guy has worked on the DevOps technologies. He know end to end, because you won't only speak the how the process works. You will be speaking to him that how the what are the issues you faced, how you resolved, what are the troubleshooting steps you have followed. Everything you can speak to him. So imagine, suppose he is asking, suppose your 25 minutes introduction is done. Next, what he will do is he will be shooting questions at you. He will be asking questions to you, like questioning. What the questions was? Now, suppose imagine you given the introduction very nicely, and he is asking 7 questions. On depends upon what you have performed. Out of 10, you performed only 6 questions or 7 questions. That's not an issue at all. If we get a positive vibe that okay, this guy has pretty amount of knowledge and he can perform anything. If I give the KT, if you get if you what do you say, if you make him to believe or such a positive impression, right, suppose if I give KT to him, he can survive in the projects. If you get the type of impression, right, you will be getting selected. So these are the things. And next, you will be missing the 3 to 4 questions, right? You will be missing the 3 to 4 questions. So how you should convey this answer to him? How you should convey the how you should answer this question means, at the end of the interview he will be asking that, do you have any questions for me? You have to utilize that question. You simply should not say, I don't have any questions, I'm fine. You should not say like that. You have to say something. Okay, just I want to know about the projects, what type of projects you are dealing, because I have worked on many tools. These many tools they may use or they may not use their projects, and apart from that, extra tools they may use, right? So if he says that I am working, we are mostly working on Docker and Kubernetes Ansible, means you will be having a joining date of at least 10 to 15 days, right? In this meanwhile, you can brush up the skills on these tools more and more. You no need to concentrate on the extra tools. Okay, this at that point it will be useful. And next, the questions which I want to conclude is like, you are not performing 3 to 4 questions, that how you should say means, thanks for giving this opportunity. Actually, I missed some of the questions which you asked. Actually, I didn't have much exposure on that area, but I'm a quick learner. I can what are the issues faced in my organization. I used to Google myself, and I have implemented solutions for my organization. Similarly, the questions questions you asked, right? Even I can do research on that part, and I can make a neat documentation, and I can provide a solution for this. If you say this answer right, he will be very impressed. If he have any negativity in his mind also with this question, it will that negativity will completely go off. This is the thing best thing which we can end up our interview. So many people got interviews by saying means after performing well, they got this good result. But at least out of 10 questions, if you perform only 3 to 4, and if you say this word right, there is no use at all. He will laugh and just he will end up the interview. So these things, and I will give the tips and tricks for cracking the interview and whatnot, everything else. So if you have, and someone will ask about the okay, you're asked yesterday's demo, they are asking about the packages also. So I will discuss about the package discussions also here. So guys, package discussion play a very important role for us because we are working for packages. I do agree. So how it will work means, suppose so yesterday also someone asked that what is the why the because previously we didn't why there is a sudden hype for DevOps. So we will see that why there is a sudden hype for DevOps means, in market we need a cloud engineer who manages the entire cloud. So I need a candidate with 4 years of experience, 4 to 5 years of experience. Similarly, I need a DevOps guy who is having the 4 to 5 years of experience. The company is going to pay for 4 years as per the market standards. We are having 9 to 10 lakh ND. Okay, no? 9 to 10 lakh. Here also we are having a 9 to 10 lakh. Sorry. For 4 years. Imagine you can take it from 3 years also we are having calls, 2 years also we have freshers also we have call. Generally I'm discussing this 9 to 10 lakh. So imagine. So how a company or a company will think is, why should I hire 2 resources at a time? 2 resources why I need? Simply the people who know these 2 technologies. Okay, na? Simply the people who knows these 2 technologies, I can hire it for a 12 to 14 lakhs package they used to think. So that's why I'm saying that multi knowledge is required, multiple skills is required. Only if you learn DevOps, there will be not much calls. Only if you learn DevOps AWS, there will be not much calls. At least you should know DevOps is the main thing, Andy. DevOps is main. Along with DevOps, if you have AWS, right, it will be added advantage for you. If not, if you have in the market AWS competitor is Azure. Azure is also fine. If you have any of this, right, it will be great for me. Why I preferred only AWS? Because most of the interviews or most of the openings are there in AWS only. This word is not said by me. This is the every week, every month they will be having, means every 3 weeks, every 3 months they will have a report. How much cloud is utilizing, how much, what is the present market leader. This is the page.aws.com Gartner magic. So from this you can identify that. Presently the market leader is AWS, Amazon Web Services. Next market leader is Microsoft. Next is Google. And next, these are also using, but very less. Alibaba Cloud, Oracle, IBM, and many more clouds are there. But we have to learn the majority of the tools which they are using in the market. Then only we will get a more opportunities. Microsoft Azure also we are getting, but compared to AWS, this is less. So yes, Sandy, if did I miss anything, just which I want to discuss. So simply overall view I'm giving. Yes, someone is messaging. 1 minute. By the end of the course, can we put 1 to 5 years of experience in? Yes. Okay, just we'll discuss it, Priyanka. Just I will after this call we will discuss this everything. So just overall view only. Who can take this? Beginners, testers, developers who want to upgrade their skills, and no coding. What is, as I discussed, no coding knowledge is required. what will be our task is launching the servers, upgrading the servers, setting up the security. These type of activities we used to do. There is no development team and operations team now. There is DevOps team, only one DevOps team. Why we are achieving DevOps? For a better quality purpose, for better coordination between the developers, testers, and operations team. For that we are using. And next what we need to discuss here in Agile methodology, dev team and QA team is happy, but not the operations team. So what we had for that purpose only, as a DevOps methodologies came, now everyone is happy with this DevOps technologies. So this is how DevOps workflow. These are the different tools which we are going to learn. So one more thing, guys. And what kind of laptop configurations you needed to learn this course means there is no any extra configurations needed for your laptop. The laptop which you are using right now is more than enough. You can use Windows 7, 8 or 10, or if you have Mac, that is also fine, and no need of any specifications. If you have only 2 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM, that's not an issue, because we are in our class we are not going to use any virtualization setup. Virtualization means because this entire course in market, in some institutes, what they will say is they will install VMware means for launching the servers, VMware, and on the top of this they used to practice. But I'm not approaching this process at all, because this is not helpful for you. In real time you won't work on VMware, you will be working on AWS, this servers you are going to. So I will help you how to set up the AWS account, how to launch the servers, how to connect to the servers, actually what server is, why we need to use server. Sir, you're talking about server. I don't means there is a Linux knowledge required at all, but I have zero knowledge on Linux. I don't know what Linux is. I don't know the very basic command in Linux. Not an issue. Keep these words aside. I'm going to teach this from very scratch. What server, how to connect to server, what are the commands we have to use, everything. Because Linux means you may think in mind, okay, Linux administration means merely in the outside we'll be having 2 to 3 months of course, but how can we cover all these things in 4 days? Means we are not admins, or we are going to approach that Linux administration. They will, for DevOps engineer, there will be 100 to 120 commands are there, simple commands that I have make documented, that you can learn easily in 3 days. That because what are the command I'm teaching, right? I will explain each and everything in the Linux, and I give the recording to you. You have to practice the first 3 sessions very carefully and very perfectly, so that next DevOps tools, right, you start enjoying DevOps, you start loving the DevOps. But if you don't have the basic knowledge, right, after some times you may fed up that you may end up this course like that. But trust me, DevOps and AWS jobs are very easy to crack an interview. If you know the workflow of this CI/CD setup, how Docker is working, easily you can crack an interview. That's what I can say. Here also again I had to include one more point. Cracking an interview is very, very, very easy. If you know some stuff, and if you know some interview questions, right, you can crack the job easily. But surviving is very difficult. The people who knows the subject end to end, right, they can enjoy the IT company. If they don't have proper subject, and if they got the job, right, they will say that IT is the worst, because IT will be having a lot of pressure, like that they used to say. Both the options are correct. Those who have the knowledge, they can enjoy. Those who don't have the stuff, they can face this type of issues. So finally, guys, this AWS separate session I will take, because I took lot of lot of time on this waterfall model Agile method, because I need you to understand this flow. Then only you will understand what is DevOps means. Why before DevOps, why development team and testing team used to fight, why development testing team and operations team used to fight. These things I want to convey, that I have conveyed, and we took almost 1 hour, but 1 hour is needed, Andy. 1 hour is needed, because when I used to give demos in institutes, right, they used to say that don't give in depth of in depth of explanation, or just give the overall view, and from live classes you can start. But I want to give an in-depth explanation, because to start what kind of activities we used to do in organization. You should know what kind of skills needed. You should know, then only you are the right person to decide yourself you may fit for this job or not. So that's why whatever I want to convey, everything I conveyed, including DevOps, next AWS, as means everything, what are the methodologies, what will be the resume preparations, workflow, everything I conveyed. Now I'm going to stop this session, Andy. Just if you have any questions, we can interact. Just ping me in chat so that I can stop this session. Okay, I'm stopping this.
Thank you guys. Thank you for joining the session. For live trainings, you can contact us on official blog, Play Store, YouTube, WhatsApp, and our emails. Thank you. Happy learning.